Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here on our channel. And today we're discussing a watch that was built from 2008 to 2013. This is the Panerai Luminor Marina PAM00299. With the exact model you see right here with a K series is a 2008 build, 44 millimeters in stainless steel. In profile, the watch measures 15.6 millimeters thick. From lug to lug, it is 53.5 millimeters with a spacing between the lugs of 24 millimeters. The timepiece is substantial. It looks and feels burly, tough, rough, stoutly built, but nevertheless still quite wearable. It is unusual to see a Panerai watch on a full bracelet. The vast majority of these, contemporary and historical, have been equipped with straps of various descriptions, so to see the watch on an integrated factory bracelet does perhaps unify the design a little bit more. It seems less like an appurtenance on the wrist and more like a piece, if I may, of artisanal jewelry. It's a good look, and wrapping all the way around my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, it leaves me with plenty of clearance. As you can see, the overhead shot gives me plenty of room on each side. The down the barrel shot confirms the same, and the cuff shot reveals that though the watch is thick, it should fit underneath most sleeves and just about all jacket cuffs. The watch does have a very different character with the bracelet. It seems to look larger despite not being larger, and it becomes more directly comparable to rivals from Omega, Rolex, and Breitling, which in general aren't normally compared to Panerai. This watch earns that comparison. Now, taking a look at the hardware, the bracelet's nicely made. As you can see, it features a relatively short link profile, so having many small links, it's a little bit more supple than a conventional sports bracelet. It's nice and flexible, comfortable, and almost silken. Underneath, you can see there are some calculated gaps as the tolerances are tighter on the top than the bottom. This is to avoid pinching skin, pulling hair, or trapping wrist heat. Panerai here doing things the right way, using screws to fix the removable links. I hate to see pin sleeves on a luxury watch, so to see screw-fixed links here confirms that Panerai spent money on this design. You'll also note the use of a half link, and that half link allowing you to fine-tune the sizing. The clasp is redoubtable. It's a double fold, and as you can see, it's a twin trigger release, so it gives you a measure of security against droppage while donning or removing, while at the same time, it won't fly open because you must depress both triggers to open it up. Steel clasp, steel bracelet, steel case. And perhaps the best feature of this watch is that the entirety of the bracelet, as well as the entirety of the case below the bezel, is all of satin finish. A full polish Panerai, I have to admit, is a bit garish. As large and aggressive as they already are in style and size, I think it's good taste here that this Betterini case style Panerai features all satin finish. Now the bezel pops against the base, and I think it works well because a little bit of contrast is necessary, but Panerai uses it judiciously here rather than just polishing the whole thing to death, and I approve. You can see that the iconic device protecting the crown, the locking lever designed in the late 40s and issued on Panerai combat watches of the 6152 reference during the 50s, that is here. Now it is iconic because as a design, I can cover this watch up and you still know who made it. It's as recognizable as any design in the industry, but it's also functional as it gives you more protection from blows than a standard shouldered crown guard. It's also tough to jump in the water with your crown unlocked because that's tough to miss. And it's easier to manipulate the crown while your hands are wet, sweaty, or gloved because the second you lift the lever, it unlocks the crown. Now I can set the watch. If I want, I can wind the watch. I can even go into the quick set mode and I can rapidly cycle the date. So I have a lot of options, all of which are possible without having to thread the crown out. Now the watch uses a Panerai, what's sometimes known as the sausage dial. Instead of having the cutaway depth of the stenciled sandwich dials, the sausage features a buildup of lume on the dial side, so the lume liquid is transferred and it has a little bit of height above the dial. The dial is matte black to resist glare, and you can see that Panerai puts its date magnifier underneath the crystal, which is frankly a better design than Rolex because it removes the risk of the magnifier being knocked off. Now the watch, of course, features a ETA base, and that is the caliber OP3, which is a Value 7750 chronograph without the chronograph components, which means you get a tank-tough unidirectional automatic winder with a 42-hour power reserve. You have both hacking seconds and the quick set date. It pivots on 21 joules and it's adjusted in 5 positions and certified as a COSC chronometer, so it makes accuracy of -4 seconds plus 6 seconds per day or better. So it is both a tough and accurate movement. All of this water resistant down to 300 meters. Now you can see on the reverse side there are little tabs underneath the lugs, and that is a quick release system that Panerai has developed. If you break a toothpick in half, you can actually use that to remove your bracelet. You simply depress the spring-loaded dimple and then you push the bar straight through. Not only is this more secure when the watch is on your wrist than spring bars, it also makes swapping the straps and the bracelets easier to do without specialized tools. A final refinement that's worth noting, and you can see it as I slowly draw up the locking cam for the crown guard. This one features a bearing in the cam. That's a feature that was introduced after 2007 to make the action of the crown lever even silkier. Tough inside and out, a certified chronometer, and a rarity on a full satin finished steel bracelet. This PAM00299 is the goods. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchasing pricing details. The Panerai Luminor, living up to its name.